Good afternoon, students. In first chapter, history, lesson number 1, sources of history. We have seen first topic previously, that is fully written sources. Now we are going to see in this material sources. Material sources, as I explained previous, sources means the things from which we are getting information about history. Now material sources means the things from which we are getting informations, that is one points, second is places of worships, where we are going for worships. We can see the history of that sources. With the help of coins also we come to know the history material sources. Things in daily use, what some things we are using in a daily while worshipping, so we can come to know the material sources. Royal seals, which seals we have seen in Shivaji Maharaj periods, which we are studying. Then ornaments, different type of historical ornaments. With that also we will get the information about the history. Museums, some museums are organized in that previous in history periods, whatever things are there, it is contributed, it is collected together, and if we are observing that museums, we will get whole information about history, and we are able to see that all the things in museums. Clothing, some that type of clothes also are kept to observe. Same modern architectures, whatever modern architectures, with that also we will get information about sources of history. And this all things are included in material sources. So now on page number 3 we are going to see material sources, that is coin. We can also understand history with the help of coins and changes in the printing of currency notes. Reserve Bank of India prints the notes. It has its headquarters in Mumbai. If we will see, with the help of coins, we will get the history of material sources, and it's given the history information. Now, if we will check, we will come to know that Reserve Banks, it is always printing currency notes, and that Reserve Bank of India prints the notes, and that main headquarter it is in Mumbai. The coins from 1950 to those used at present, the metals used for making them, their different shapes and diversity of subjects on them together help us to understand the important contemporary issues in India. For example, coins to convey the message of populations control, and coins communicating the importance of agriculture and of farmers. Now, from 1950 coins, if you will see, we will come to know which is used at present. In that, might be that coins shapes are different, and the diversity of subject together help us the issues of India. For example, here they have given coins giving messages of populations control. Sometimes some coins are communicating the days and importance of the farmers or agriculture. In this way we can see different coins, and with the help of coins we will get information about history. Now museums. We have seen the material sources, that is museums. All states of India have museums that depict the characteristics and display the cultural and social heritage of the state, and they enable us to understand history. For example, the Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Museum at Mumbai, Reserve Bank Museum in Pune city. Now, all the states they kept different history. Might be it is private and some preserved at government level. So from that, if we will see, we will come to know that we are getting information about history. For example, they have given here that Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Museum, which is at Mumbai, and Reserve Bank Museum, which is in Pune city. And apart from that, government museum, some private collectors museums, and this way many museums are set up for the giving information about history. For example, different museums of coins, notes, lamps and nutcrackers in different shapes, cricket equipment, etc. Means with the help of this all things we will get information or knowledge about the history. So museums are helpful to us to give information about history. Now, after first we have seen written sources, then material sources, and now we are going to explain oral sources. Oral means it is not written or it is not getting on materials, but we will get oral sources. Just see, like povadas, like some songs, like folk songs, like folk tales, proverbs, ballads and odes. If we have seen in Shivaji Maharaj timing, some people made that povadas, and with the help of that singing, they were giving the descriptions about Shivaji Maharaj and about forts, about the informations. So here we will see this type of oral sources which is not written anywhere or which we can't say in the source of material, but with the help of folk songs or with the help of folk tales, that oral sources, with that also we are getting information about history. Activists were inspired by the povadas. Mostly here it is a tradition that Marathi verses are there in oral things, means Marathi verses which is showing the information about history. Activists were inspired by povadas of Lokshahir Annabhau Sate and Sahir Amar Sheikh during the Sanyukta Maharashtra movement. When that Sanyukta Maharashtra movement was going to conduct, that time that two persons which was called as activists, they were inspired by these povadas. See how much the strength is there in povadas. When we are listening, while listening this povadas, that person this activist get inspired. That his name is Lokshahir Annabhau Sate and Shahir Amar Sheikh. Now here, this we have seen about oral sources. Now we are going to see audio visual sources. In audio visual sources, many things are there: television, radio, film, internet. This way, whatever we are able to listen and see, that is called as a audio visual sources. With the help of that also we are getting many informations about history. With the help of television nowadays, also we can observe many movies, many short serials. With the help of that also we are getting more information about history. Many domestic and foreign television channels also come under this heading. Now, many television channels made that information, they are collecting that information and they are showing us with the help of television. That is History Channel, Discovery Channel, etc. So, we are observing History Channel and Discovery Channel. With the help of that channels also we are getting information about history. Now, last point is that Film and Television Institute of India. The Government of India started the Film and Television Institute of India at Pune in 1960 with the purpose of providing public education. Now see, in 1960 in Pune they made one institution. The motive behind it was that they can give us education about public education, and for that purpose they made that Film and Television Institute. Indian News Review has produced various news reels on important events in political, social issues, arts, sports and culture. And with the help of that news, they started giving informations about social issues, arts, sports and cultures, politics and many different issues. This department has also produced various documentaries on prominent social leaders, on people who have made major contributions for the country and about important locations in India. These news releases and documentaries are useful for studying the history of modern India. And in this way, if we will see, many leaders had worked for history and the social leaders on the people who have made major contributions, who had made more work for history. They given their lives, they gave up their lives for history, and which locations are also very important in India. And this all documentaries or maybe places and all the things we are getting with the help of history of modern India. Till now, we have seen some important sources of writing the history of modern India. The times of 21st century are changing so rapidly, and that even these sources will prove to be inadequate. However, new sources are coming forth. For example, during the transformation from land telephone to cell phones to gadget called pager came up, contacting people. Now see, when we are going from 20th century to 21st century, many changes happen. For example, they are given, previously we was using landline telephone, but now we are getting cell phone, so that with the persons we are able to contact with cell phone. Then they provided us a gadget that was called as a pager for contacting people. But it died out as quickly that pager fully spoiled, means we people's not use more, and now internet we are using so fastly. So according to changes, it's we are facing different things, or we are getting different things to study, and with the help of that it is possible to us to study for our history. Now, it has become comparatively easy to study history with all the sources, and as the sources are from the contemporary period, they are easily available. Since a subject like history touches all the aspects of our lives, efforts for preservation of such sources are made at all levels, and we should also contribute to this effort. And in this way, if you will see, we will come to know that many things we have seen: the written sources, material sources, oral sources, audio-visual sources. This way, many sources are providing us the information about history. So, we should definitely contribute to them for their support and for their contributions. We should really do respect for them, because really they did lots of efforts for this, and because of this it is possible to us that we are able to study all history. And these are the sources of history. In that you have to remember, first one is written sources, second is material sources, third one is oral sources, and fourth one is audio visual sources. Thank you. Stay safe, stay home.